Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I have been entertaining family, and it went well. But now, so I'm late to get into my Sunday video, but I wanted to show you this. I have a friend whose 8-year-old son is obsessed with NASCAR. And if I've learned anything about life, whether it's investing or anything else, it's not a bad thing to find people that are obsessed with a certain topic, because those people tend to be experts, even 8-year-olds. So if you remember the movie The Hangover, the guy who was such a weirdo, he was the weirdo, but he had an obsession with poker, and he had a mind for numbers, and so it was a joke. That's what Rain Man was. The movie Rain Man was about. He was like a savant with poker. Well. So my friend's 8-year-old, this guy's fixated on freaking NASCAR. So I said, okay, I don't even watch NASCAR, but pick me 5 drivers. I did this last weekend. He picked me 5 drivers, and he picked 4 out of the top 6 were winners. So I said, well, do it again today. So he did it again to me today. This guy right here is one of the ones he picked. The guy's in first place right now. He also picked this guy, the number 4 guy. Let's see. So I've got 5 guys he picked for me, and we'll see how it goes. Interesting. Check this out. History repeats itself, like if you believe in XRP. Folks, I was there through all of this. And so when I watch these charts, people think that the idea, like us, we're sitting here at 62 cents, the idea of us blasting through the all-time high and going to some crazy number like $264. Well, I don't think it's crazy, because I've seen it before. If you look right here, back in the early days, we were below pennies, folks, and it blasted in short order to $3.30 or so. And I was there. I saw it. Couldn't believe it then, and I hope I can't believe it when I see it again. You know what else happened when they introduced Liberty bonds? Go look on YouTube, type in Liberty Bond Parade San Francisco. You know what else happened? They were all wearing masks because there just happened to be a pandemic that year. Imagine that. Then we've got this. The United States is seeking assurance that Saudi Arabia will price its oil sales in US dollars, not in Chinese currency. That, my friends, is called the PetroDollar. We're in a financial war, and many don't even know it. I've been telling you about the PetroDollar, and that's what this was all about for a couple of years now. Watch this clip.
BRICS just had Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa are the big 5 BRICS, but they've now expanded their meetings and their work to include a lot more countries. So Argentina, Iran, Turkey, a lot of other important economies who have these BRICS conferences. They've announced that they're working on some kind of global settlement currency, and I would make the distinction between a payment currency and a reserve currency. People tend to confuse the two. They tend to talk about the reserve currency status. That's a tough nut to crack. It can happen. Sterling used to be the main reserve currency. It lost its role between 1914 and 1944, but that took 30 years. Now the dollar may be losing its role, but that's going to be a slow process. But the payment currency is different. You could use almost anything as a payment currency, assuming the parties agree. So they may come up with an international payment currency backed by a basket of commodities, and they're all commodity producers. Russia has oil and natural gas, Saudi Arabia has oil, Brazil again has oil, but also large agricultural output, largest or second largest soybean producer in the world. Africa has enormous mineral outputs, etc. So you go around the membership, and you can see they've got the potential commodity backing for that. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, is a Central Asian group led by Russia and China, but again, they're attracting new members. They're working on something similar. and others are as well. And of course, we've got our friends over in crypto world. I don't think that will be a reserve currency probably ever, but as a medium of exchange, as a payment, it could perform a role. And I've lectured about, hypothesized that Russia and China could develop a new digital currency. It could be a cryptocurrency, call it the Xi coin, Putin coin, whatever you like, and use that as a payment mechanism. But all you're really doing with any payment currency is you're keeping score.
Keeping score. Then we've got this from Chad Steingraber. He's coming out of nowhere. Check this out. Why did Gemini spike the price of XRP to $50? It wasn't a glitch. It was low supply versus order book buy up. This shows the true reveal. Magic. They showed you their hand and the true future. Now imagine boy, this sounds like the Shane Ellis theory. Now imagine every exchange doing this at the same time. It's coming. And then down here it says, don't wait till it happens. It says XRP public liquidity. It's showing you the exchanges in order. And then Digital Perspectives decided that he was going to stir up the crypto police, the cancel culture, the crypto cancel culture. They could come for Digital Perspectives for saying this. I caught a lot of hell for this in the past from the cancel culture, crypto Twitter trolls. But what happens if non-ODL exchanges can't get XRP anymore? Remember, Ripple stopped selling to exchanges back in 2019. Don't forget, Ripple also buys back off the same exchanges we do too. Then we have this going on in the Coinbase lawsuit. I think that everybody's falling in and collapsing in on Gary Gensler. 6 securities law scholars filed devastating amicus brief in support of Coinbase. Law professors from Yale, University of Chicago, UCLA, Fordham, Boston University, and that's in Gary's backyard, Boston University, and Widener filed an amicus brief last night that absolutely shreds the SEC's investment contract theory, and it goes on. Jeremy Hogan weighs in. He says, I agree with my Ivy League law professors in the new amicus brief in the Coinbase case. An investment contract requires a contract, and a contract requires obligations. These professors are the best and brightest. Unfortunately, all their football teams suck. Jeremy Hogan laying down the gauntlet. Now, this is interesting, folks. This Truth Labs guy popped up and started really exposing a lot of things. Look what he says. Wang Zhang, who is the whale behind Ethereum and Prometheum, Longling Capital and a dozen other Ethereum, this is him talking, not me. Longling Capital and a dozen other Ethereum whale entities. Doesn't even hide who they are on the website. On their homepage, they state, Wang Zhang America Corporation, the United States incorporated offices of Wangjiang, China. They go on to state, U.S. companies and customers can deal in U.S. dollar currency and U.S. contracts when working it with China. This is essentially who the SEC and Gary Gensler gave the lone special dealer broker license to in crypto. Now, listen to this, because this one hit me between the eyes, folks. This is Charles Hoskinson talking. All I've ever heard is that Charles Hoskinson went and formed Cardano, and the impression was always, for me, that the Ethereum guys, it was him versus Ethereum, and they didn't like him anymore, and he was at odds with them. Now listen to this.
Then I left in June of 2014, early June, late May, and then just kind of went into the wilderness for a while and decided, all right, well, do I want to stay in the space? I've kind of taken a little bit of beating. I've done a lot of interesting things and met a lot of interesting people, but I wasn't really prepared to be a cryptocurrency entrepreneur. It takes kind of a personality and a certain type of approach. So I said, yeah, I'll do one more venture. And so I went back to the drawing board and talked to people that I knew from the BitShares days and people I knew from the Ethereum days. And I asked them, hey guys, if I was to do another venture, what should we do? And we all decided that the best idea would be to build a company that's kind of like a cryptocurrency factory. So, because the thing I really enjoy the most is designing cryptocurrencies and figuring
that reminds me of Joseph Lubin's Token Foundry.
How to launch them and get.
Look, says Bo Shin is the co-founder and general partner at Finbush Capital, an Asia-based venture capital firm. and co-founder Invictus Innovations, the team behind BitShares.
Code done and push it out. That's a lot of fun. And so we said, well, let's build a company that does that. So early in 2015, some of the guys from Ethereum and BitShares, we all came together and we formed Input Output in Hong Kong. And the basic idea of the company is to start from first principles, so start from academia, and kind of understand how cryptocurrencies work at a very deep level, and then work our way all the way up to full prototypes and then release them and focus on particular types of problems that we feel can evolve what's called cascading disruption. So what does that mean? It means that when we build something, we want to fundamentally change a marketplace. Like, for example, with Bitcoin, and fundamentally change the notion of how value is moved around.
Well, there's some people in the XRP community that are trying to invent this grand conspiracy that there was blatant corruption between the insiders at the SEC and Ethereum.
Folks, the Ethereum disguised whales, I'll say it again, the Ethereum disguised whales are everything. The 4 Satoshis are everything. Why does nobody from the government want to know about these and who it is and all that? They know it. They know who they are. Why do they not want to let the world know who they are? I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. Things don't add up here. Thanks for listening.